My name is Rhapsody, this is take 3 at recording this episode, and welcome back to Slay the Spire. Why is it take 3? Well, I tried to do it on Ascension 15, and just nothing. No run left floor 1. None at all, over the course of about 30 minutes. Then I moved it down to Ascension 10, tried again. The Ascension modifiers between 10 and 15 aren't actually that significant, so you'll never guess what happened. And now I'm just gonna do it on Ascension 0. I would like to win a run with this. Not just win, you know what? I would just like to get past the first act. How about that? That would be nice. Let's choose a red card. Ooh. After Image is the one that is the obvious pickup, but I kind of want to take PK and try and make a deck out of it, but Bullet Time make a deck out of it? All of those can be interesting. Right. Let's have a look at our elites. There's a couple of 2 elite paths, it looks like. None of them have that many upgrades, though. Alright, 2 strikes in the front. Never mind. It's just full defend. I don't need to kill that front line this turn. I'll wait until they're not attacking. Well, or until I can defend while attacking safely. Has to be 3 strikes next turn to kill the enemy, which wasn't likely. 9 cards left in the deck, only 3 of them being strikes. Ghost in a Jar, gain 1 intangible. Ooh, you know I love Noxious Fumes. I don't turn down a Noxious Fumes. Unfortunately, it doesn't get upgraded there, though. Let's lose that 67 gold for the back preparation at the start of combat. Draw 2 additional cards. That's really good for a bullet time deck, because it just means my opening turn, especially if bullet time is in it, and I mean, with 9 out of 14 in my opening hand, it usually is, let's be real. Puts me in a really good position to get off to a really, really good start for a combat. I like it a lot. All right. Kill him. Choke works with this deck. It's expensive, and then I just play all of the other cards. So hopefully I get Choke and Bullet Time in the opening hand, but if I don't, you know what? No biggie. It's all good. It will happen occasionally, though, and that'll be fun. Backstab being in the opening hand would be better if I didn't want that whole bullet time thing going on turn 1. I'm going to try and draft into that. Hey, bullet time. Lovely. All right, so Choke is a debuff, so I need to use Neutralize before I use Choke. Otherwise, Choke won't be dealing its damage to the target. Hell yes! Insta-kill a target off the board. That's real good. I'll accept 1 damage here in order to deal an extra 6. And yet again, I throw the vulnerability on the front liner here for no reason. Never mind. I don't have the Noxious Fumes upgraded. If I had the Noxious Fumes upgraded, that was the correct decision. If being operative. Oh well. Tiny chest, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms, as well as just like a bunch of stuff I don't want. Let's get the Noxious Fumes upgraded, then Choke. Oh dear. Oh, that's not good. I'm gonna use Ghost in a Jar, single defend. So Noxious Fumes is enough to kill 1 of those gremlins for me. And it's going to kill the other now as well. Hell, everything except for the Mad Gremlin is now dead. And now the Mad Gremlin can join them. I don't want to add too many cards to this deck. It's going to make the thing that I'm doing less consistent. I'll take Giria. Sure. And you know what? I'll even go to a rest site to gain some max HP. Some max HP? Sorry, some strength. I have to kill the Fungi Beast in the back line. Yeah. There was no way to just defend against that while also being aggressive. Don't add those to the deck. I just want singular expensive cards, please. Video game, come on. Find it in your heart to give that to me. That's why I didn't immediately play the Noxious Fumes. I was waiting for the draw of all of my cards. Being able to instantaneously kill a target and just completely bypass the curl up. Oh, that always feels so good. Acrobatics is actually really good here as well, but Dagger Spray is 2 applications of damage in AoE. That is to say 2 applications of damage with our strength in AoE. And that can be really powerful. Choke is probably getting less and less important the more muddy these hands are getting. Acrobatics could have helped smooth that out, definitely. But also, Dagger Spray was really good. Riddle with Holes. That's going to be ridiculous when we have all of this strength finished. I'm gonna upgrade it. It's currently 30 damage for 2 energy. It's pretty good. Oh, you! I wanted Choke and I wanted Riddle with Holes. Those are the only 2 cards I wanted there. You. You got me, game, but watch yourself. I hold all the power here. I can just turn off the game and walk away. Oh, I can't? Oh, this is my job. All right. Sorry, I forgot about that. It's a good thing I love you. I didn't even need to play the bullet time that turn. I've already taken damage to combat. May as well just guarantee their death and watch from afar. Wraithform, Evasive Thoughts, and Envenom. Well, Envenom is obviously good with the Riddle with Holes and Dagger Spray. Evasive Thoughts, at the start of your turn, add a random skill to your hand to cost 0. This turn upgrades to only cost 2 itself. Wraithform is interesting, because Wraithform in the same hand as Bullet Time just means that I suddenly start going really aggressive. Big Bury is... Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 22. Endless Sickness. Viruses are curse cards that duplicate when drawn. So it now has a tooltip. Curse cards that duplicate when drawn. Curse cards that duplicate when drawn. So I guess, like, if I shuffle through my deck enough times, that's gonna fill my deck with viruses, right? They probably don't have a negative effect. They probably just take up space. I'll take the Busted Crown. I want the extra energy so that I can start drawing as well as playing the Bullet Time. So drawing on the same turn. I'll dodge the early shop and go to the second one. Ah, damn it. I was very hopeful we were going to have Bullet Time here. I forgot to play a card there, didn't I? Neutralize. So we've taken 3 less damage that combat. I don't... take skew here. Yep. My brain is clearly out for lunch today, so... so I do apologize for any mistakes. It's the third attempt at recording this episode because of things like that. Alright, Rule the Holes Dagger Spray, thank you. Take my kill. No need for the Flying Knee. Let's just about him off. Well, Apparitions obviously go in a deck that already has the Wraith form. Antique Fury. Deal 3 damage for every relic you have. So that's 15? Gets better over the course of a run. Enlightenment is neat as well because we have Bullet Time and Wraith form and Rid with Holes and Choke, and we aren't necessarily always going to have Bullet Time in our hand. We'll take Enlightenment and Acrobatics and Leg Sweep and a card removal. Remove a card? Yeah, we'll remove another card here. So these cards are effectively padding between Bullet Time and the important combo pieces for it, so gotta remove those. Ooh, Bullet Time. Beautiful, beautiful opening to this combat. So if I weaken the enemy, they go down to 4 by 3, so... Fine. That's the weakness for the next turn, basically, there. Okay. We'll... Why did I Enlightenment early, though? Ryan. Trying to consider using that brain at any point? Thankfully, it didn't matter, but that doesn't make what I did correct. And another Apparition. Get back to that Wraith form. We're in good position here. Oh, and we get to play in Acrobatics before we even play the Bullet Time. Beautiful. All right. Back in the good graces of the game. And we've got Wraith form next turn. Exact turn I needed it. Sweet. Looks like everything is all fine. That fight went basically perfectly for us. Smiling Mask, the merchant's card removal service now always costs 50 gold, as well as setup. Yes, this deck is expensive, but to set up a card is 2 cards negative, just so that you can play that card next turn. It's like a really, really, really bad way to get energy. But even worse than that, it denies you a card from your next turn because you're getting the card from the top of your deck. So you're 3 cards behind where you really want to be. 2 cards value in the first stand and then 1 card's draw in the next. It's not good. Great. Got the Bullet Time. Exactly what I was hoping for there. And double Intangibility. Hell, we haven't even got the Wraith form, so we've got another quite expensive card left in the deck. I have to go for the damage here, and unfortunately that means I can't play an Apparition. It's okay, though. I had to go for the damage because it was such a large amount of damage, and to leave this enemy on the board for long is to concede to it effectively. Gain 2 stacks of any random buff. Let's drop the skill potion for that. Definitely not deflect, though. Alright, that's our 3rd point of strength. 35 damage on a Riddle with Hole. Shifting Skin at the start of each combat. Gain 1 stack of any random buff. The buff no longer includes the ability to confuse the character, which is extremely handy in my opinion. I'm going to play the Enlightenment and then Acrobatics. Drop a Defend. Now I can Bullet Time and start going off. Well, I should have choked before the Bullet Time, actually, because the Bullet Time was already 0 cost. More than happy to whittle down the field like that. Dagger Spray in particular being a great pickup. follow that up with. Come on, not just... There we go. I can perfect the fight if I use the essence, so sure, let's do that. It also helps me use one of the potions from my potion slots, so I don't feel so wasteful if I find another potion and have to turn it down. Alright, Taskmaster. Where's Alex Horn? Ooh. Definitely enlighten before the choke and go for the kill. Dead Branch. Whenever you source a card, add a random card to your hand. Well, that's going to do that with all of the apparitions. And now with Terror. Let's do it. This is going to be a weird old deck to play. Got 2 extra cards from the next hand at the very least, though. And it looks like it's actually kind of possible here. If not even likely, that I get to kill the Shelled Parasite before the Fungi Beast, which very rarely happens. Works for me, though. Poison Potion as well as new. Gain some special cards. Downed Defect. In a heap on the cold city ground is a damaged Spire automaton. Lightning and ice frizzle from its cracked cores. Someone or something must have thrashed it. I don't have curses in deck. It says curses, plural as well, so I do need to, at some point, carry 2 curses into this area. Gain some special cards. I don't really want defect cards, but I do want to know what the special cards are so I can make more informed decisions in the future. Oh, cool. I don't even necessarily have to take them. Started combat with 2 orb slots. Okay, Robot Gift. And, yeah, it's exactly what I would have expected. So it's just 3 card selections. It looks like there's... No, it's not an attack, a skill, and a power that it's trying to give me in particular. I'm skipping all of those. You use your knowledge from past encounters to repair this bot. It seems oddly thankful and gives you a small machine core and instructions. It soon leaves, driven by strange purpose. That wouldn't have really accomplished anything for us, unfortunately. So we'll use an apparition before we use the bullet time here. Sweet, because that just gives us another 0 cost card. Guess that turn went okay. 3 turns worth of intangibility is neat. And I'll focus on basically everything except for the sentry at the front line, because it'll just get poisoned eventually. It'll be fine. See? Acrobatics finds us. Hey, Wraith Form. That'll do. And now these dazed get us extra cards. Thank you, Dead Branch, for providing those. Sweet. Lethal with no damage taken. Goodbye, Spirit Guardian, and hello to Outmaneuver. No. Don't need anything like that. Thank you. Oh, Corruption! Oh my god. Okay. Deadly Dodge. If the enemy intends to attack, gain 1 intangible and exhaust. There we go. Oh, that's mean. Should I take Cloak and Dagger? Dead Branch just gives us more cards with it. Sure. Wraith Form still needs an upgrade. We kill fast enough that the other apparitions probably don't, though. at least in my opinion. All right, let's use a Blaze Potion here. We got 2 stacks on Panache, so we do 2 damage to all enemies if we play 5 or more cards this turn. I'm feeling like the Blaze Potion, like the randomness in that Blaze Potion probably means that I don't want to hold it as a priority. Yeah, I'll go Wraith Form. I've got 7 turns of Intangibility right now. That seems pretty good. Scaled Poison? Sure. Maybe that ends up becoming good over the course of this combat. Let's try it. Drop a defend. The enemy isn't attacking, so no reason for any of that. Yep. Just drop that Malaise happily. I actually don't want to draw a new hand this turn. I'd very much like to have the leg sweep in the next hand. Never mind, the champ decides again not to attack. I'm not sure I understand that one, but okay. You do you, pal. Whatever floats your feather. Scale point. No, it's gonna be way too slow to do the scale poison, isn't it? You know what? Maybe it is, but maybe it's not. Let's just keep going. Enemy isn't even purging this turn. Good lord. Drop the all-out attack and use acrobatics to... Oh, damn it. I was very much trying to find the bullet time there. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I draw it now, does it? Be too costly to use. So the enemy will actually try and purge this turn. Alright. Our bursts are prepared to try and find something worth playing. Fine. I'm gonna nightmare that bullet time. Just play out my whole hand next hand. Done it now, apparently, though. At least I'm still intangible. Wow. Still surprised about that. Let's just triple bullet time for absolutely no reason. At least I get some block for the next turn as well. This is my final turn of Intangibility. I was hoping I'd be killed by now. Obviously way too late for Midnight Strike, so let's get rid of that. We'll Enlighten, probably double in Venom, Riddle with Holes. I don't know, this is actually looking good for us. Seems to me entirely possible that we get the kill this turn. Amazing. Just intangible for the whole match. Dex Potion. Cursed Body. Add an injury curse to your deck with 2 intangibility. Don't need that, thank you. Contagion. Gain energy every time you apply 8 poison, up to 2 times per turn. If no enemy is poisoned at the end of your turn, apply poison to yourself. We have 1 source of poison in the entire deck. I can't do that. Coffee Dripper. Gain energy at the start of each turn. You can only rest at rest sites. More than happy to. Obviously more than happy to do that. I have a bunch of intangibility in the deck. I really shouldn't be taking any damage at all. Ooh. I mean, that's a Storm Steel right there. What a good fight. Storm Steel would obviously be put in this deck, especially if I could get it in that opening hand. I don't want to take the 10 damage here. Sorry. Forethought either. I also would have only got to look at 3 cards. Paper Crane. Enemies with weak deal 40% less damage rather than 25% less. Ghostly Gear. Whenever you play a strike or a defend up, exhaust it. That's really good. Right? Yeah, it's really good. And we'll also take an acrobatics. So that just means that on our second cycle, we only have our powerful cards. So like Bullet Time, Noxious Fumes, Choke, Dagger Spray, Riddle with Holes. Leg Sweep and Cloak and Dagger provide most of our defense after that. But also, we shouldn't need defense at that point, right? Because we'll be intangible by that point. 1 of 3 to add. Another Bullet Time. Another Bullet Time. Let's go for a bunch of elites. Wraith form. Do I want to perfect the fight, or do I want to just drop a giant Riddle of Holes? I'll be fine. Oh my god! Also, all of them give me another card from the Dead Branch. I didn't even think about that. It's probably a much more important point to be made, though. Okay. Lowest to highest damage. Oh, this next shuffle is going to be wild. I might want a leg sweep just to weaken the enemy. No, I'm intangible. Why did I even think about that? Obviously no good reason to do that. I need more card draw in the deck now. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna get away with it. Second acrobatics is still pretty good. I can't draw 2 more cards, so the grand finale is never going to be playable this turn. Means I just burn it. Easy kill there. Ornamental Fan. Whenever you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 4 block. We do that often. Those bullet times want to be upgraded, but probably the acrobatics, actually. Although Enlightenment reduces their cost to 1 this combat. So in the first cycle, I reduce the more expensive cards in my deck, and in the second cycle, I play them. Hell yes. Getting the extra 2 card draw this turn is also pretty damn good. Oh god. I guess I'll lose Choke because it's not actually going to deal any damage this turn. And then the bullet time hits the other bullet time. Oh, that's so neat. It's not like it's helping at all, but still neat. Not a great time for a grand finale, though. I'll take the Shadow Strike, get myself full block next turn. Not using it this turn. It's intangible again, though. Set up. Sure, I'll blur. I don't want to set up the grand finale. I'm not going to be playing it next turn. I would have set up the Nightmare at that point. Oh well. Down out of the deck. Damn it. I can't find the cards I'm looking for the absolute Don't talk to me. Damn it, bullet time. I'm gonna treat this effectively as just like a giant setup turn. Don't want to play that acrobatics. I might draw into the bullet time I don't want to have yet played. Easy kill overall. Whenever you use also card, apply 1 poison to all enemies, and that's probably game right there. We exhaust a lot of cards. Upon pickup, Bruce's Smoke Bomb. The first time your block is broken each combat, applies 2 weak to all enemies. I actually don't really want a Smoke Bomb, so I'll take it. So we'll play a Neutralize to get it out of hand, making space for the Acrobatics to get a full draw. An Apparition here, and now it's time for bullet time. Is there any ordering consideration I make here? I guess just all-out attack last, right? I risked it for the biscuit in order to get some extra damage on the double hit there. As much as I want to play the Riddle with Holes, I am far more interested in getting all of the turns of intangibility available to us. Rightly so, I feel. But then again, I would. Okay, it's a fair amount of poison. It's going to be more important in fights with enemies with lower max HP, but also in more of the... Ooh. This is really good with the Shiv deck. I suspected this actually couldn't have been gotten on the silent because it's too good for a Shiv deck. It's really, really powerful. But... I was saying something. Oh, right. And specifically in fights against multiple enemies, this will immediately show its value. Sea Salt Ice Cream? Get in Yaz Lament. Oh! It is... If this is not a combat, it's possible that I kill Donu and Decker with Yaz Lament. What do I even want to put in? Probably a Smiling Mask. It's not going to provide me any value now, but it can provide me value later. Damn it! This had to be a combat? Oh, that could have been so cool! I'm really disappointed by that. Alright. I guess I'll go fight an elite then. That could have been the easiest. It would have been easy, but it also would have been cool. It wouldn't be cool if I was doing that left, right, and center like all of the time, but kind of unique. Wouldn't commonly happen. Frozen Jewel. At the end of every turn, gain 2 block for every enemy that intends to attack. Gain Blur if there are multiple enemies that all intend to attack. Let's drop a strike. Okay, I'll actually use setup here just to put the bullet time in the next hand. It'll serve a function. Or will it? I'm gonna play another bullet time just to get deadly dodge out. No. Nope, bullet time in the next hand is much more important to us. I'll drop the Enlightenment. It's not going to be necessary in this hand. So play out all of those cards, and then I can finally do what I was hoping to this entire time. cheat out a bunch at the end as well. I've got double damage this turn. So stack... oh, and Phantasmal is going to be double damage for us next turn as well. Sweet. I was wondering how that was going to stack for us, and it seems pretty perfectly. Right, give me some skills so that the Shed's more powerful. I'll agree it was more powerful there. Sweet. No. Fire potion. No. And just time for Donu and Decker then. Is any of this important up? Yeah, it's the acrobatics. It's always the acrobatics, I think. Definitely drink that Dex potion and let's go like apparition, apparition. Ooh, adrenaline as well. Okay. Do I play outmaneuver for the extra energy next turn, or do I play the jackpot here? I'm gonna go for the jackpot. Now, unfortunately, I'm never gonna have a turn where both enemies intend to attack, so the Frozen Jewel is not gonna trigger. Oh, well. Perfect, just setting up for the bullet time. Oh, beautiful. Scarcely could have gone better. Still need to find my Wraith form so that I can feel actually safe here. There it is. Let's drop that Terror. It's not going to be... No, we don't drop the Terror. No, fine. Let's drop the Strike. Ugh. So pedestrian to do that. Let's drop the Apparition, though. Terror before the Enlightenment, just in case. Wraith form has to be followed with the defense. Okay. It's pretty likely we get Donu in the backline down next turn. I just need to play a single defend and I'm comfy. Hey, Infinite Blades is incredibly good for us. It's just another card for us every hand, right? From the Dead Branch. So anything else that I want to do with ordering involved? Not really. All right. We should be pretty damn comfy. Hanging around, waiting for the enemy to die here, because that definitely seems to be the line that they're on. It took me lowering to Ascension 1 before I could actually have a run get off the ground with this character, and it was off the back of basically being intangible the entire time. Did I just get a lot worse at the Silent recently? For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire modded. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all my contents of the game, past, present, and future, and hopefully we'll see you next time.